The boxing world thrives on dream matchups that capture the imagination of fight fans worldwide. Few hypothetical battles generate more debate than a prime versus prime clash between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Jake Paul. This potential super fight represents more than just two fighters stepping into the ring. It's a collision between traditional boxing excellence and modern digital age pugilism that would define an entire generation of combat sports. Both fighters have reached their respective peaks through dramatically different paths, creating a fascinating stylistic puzzle that demands deep analysis. Davis, the explosive knockout artist from Baltimore, brings decades of amateur experience and professional dominance to the table. Paul, the YouTube sensation turned legitimate contender, represents the new wave of celebrity boxing, backed by serious training and undeniable results. Their contrasting journeys to boxing prominence set the stage for what could be the most compelling fight of the modern era. Gervonta Davis embodies everything traditional boxing fans revere about the sweet science. His southpaw stance, developed through countless hours in Baltimore's toughest gyms, has become a weapon of mass destruction in the lightweight and super featherweight divisions. With lightning-fast hands and devastating knockout power, Davis has built his reputation on spectacular finishes that leave opponents unconscious and crowds roaring. His undefeated record isn't just impressive, it's a testament to the deadly precision that separates elite fighters from mere contenders. Jake Paul's story reads like a modern fairy tale that boxing purists initially refused to believe. Transitioning from internet celebrity to legitimate boxer, Paul has systematically dismantled every critic's argument through disciplined training and strategic opponent selection. His victories over former MMA champions and experienced boxers have forced even the harshest skeptics to acknowledge his legitimate place in professional boxing. Paul's journey proves that in today's boxing landscape, traditional paths to success are no longer the only routes to championship-level competition. The intersection of these two careers creates a perfect storm of intrigue. Davis represents the culmination of boxing's traditional development system, while Paul embodies the sport's evolution in the digital age. Their potential meeting in the ring would answer fundamental questions about talent versus training, natural ability versus manufactured skill, and old-school boxing versus new-school promotion. Davis's fighting style reads like a textbook on explosive boxing technique. His southpaw stance creates natural advantages against orthodox fighters, generating awkward angles that confuse opponents and create openings for his devastating left hand. The Baltimore native's compact frame becomes a strength rather than a limitation, allowing him to generate tremendous power through perfect weight transfer and hip rotation. His signature body shots have ended more fights than most boxers' entire arsenals, with his liver shots becoming legendary among boxing aficionados. The technical aspects of Davis's game extend far beyond raw power. His counterpunching ability rivals that of defensive masters, as he consistently catches opponents in transition moments when they're most vulnerable. His ring IQ manifests in subtle details, step-off angles after combinations, distance management that keeps him just outside opponents' range while remaining in perfect striking position, and timing that seems almost supernatural. These elements combine to create a fighter capable of ending fights with single shots while maintaining the technical sophistication that separates champions from contenders. Paul's approach to boxing showcases the benefits of modern training methodologies and sports science. His orthodox stance maximizes his natural size and reach advantages, while his pressure fighting style leverages superior conditioning to black down opponents over time. Paul's jab has evolved from basic to genuinely effective, creating distance and setting up his power shots while keeping opponents off balance. His training camps, featuring world-class coaches and cutting-edge facilities, have produced measurable improvements in every aspect of his game. The psychological dimension of Paul's fighting style cannot be overlooked. His pre-fight mental warfare often begins months before stepping into the ring, using social media and press conferences to plant seeds of doubt in opponents' minds. This mental approach extends into actual combat, where his relentless pressure and confidence can break fighters who weren't prepared for his legitimate boxing ability. His conditioning allows him to maintain this pressure throughout entire fights, turning boxing matches into wars of attrition that favor his superior preparation.
Imagine these two fighters meeting at the peak of their respective powers in a catchweight bout that accommodates both men's optimal fighting weights. The opening bell would signal the beginning of a chess match played at superhuman speed, with each fighter probing for weaknesses while establishing their preferred fighting range and rhythm. Davis would likely open with patient movement, using his superior footwork to create angles while studying Paul's timing and defensive reactions. His experience against elite competition would show immediately, as he'd slip Paul's early jab attempts while landing short, sharp counters that serve notice of his presence. The early rounds would feature Davis establishing his counter-punching timing, while Paul attempts to use his size advantage to crowd the smaller fighter and negate his explosive advantages. Paul's game plan would center on constant pressure and physical intimidation. His jab would work overtime, attempting to keep Davis at the end of his punches while looking for opportunities to land his powerful right hand. Paul's conditioning would become evident as he maintains consistent output, trying to turn the fight into a grueling battle that might favor his size and stamina advantages over Davis's explosive but potentially shorter-lived bursts of activity. The middle rounds would determine the fight's trajectory. Davis's combination punching would begin finding its mark, as Paul's aggressive style creates openings for counterattacks. The Baltimore fighter's body work would start taking its toll, as his liver shots and solar plexus strikes begin to slow Paul's forward movement. However, Paul's relentless pressure would test Davis's patience and potentially draw him into the kind of extended exchanges that favor the larger, stronger fighter. After analyzing this hypothetical super fight, the winner would be Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Davis's superior counter-punching ability would capitalize on Paul's aggressive style, while his devastating knockout power and elite ring IQ would prove decisive. His technical boxing skills, developed through traditional amateur and professional competition, give him crucial advantages against world-class opposition that Paul hasn't faced. Paul's defensive vulnerabilities against elite counterpunchers would be exposed. His limited experience against fighters with Davis's speed, power, and technical ability creates significant problems. Paul's predictable pressure fighting approach and susceptibility to body shots, Davis's specialty, compound these issues. The decisive factor: Davis's counter-punching ability would overwhelm Paul's pressure-heavy style. While Paul's size and conditioning advantages are legitimate, Davis's superior technical skills, championship experience, and devastating finishing ability would overcome these physical advantages. Davis by TKO in rounds 6 to 8 represents the most likely outcome, as his elite finishing ability would prove decisive against Paul's still developing boxing skills.